are best friends. Of course, we're gonna share the clothes.
We're best friends. Of course I'm gonna kick your ass.
We are best friends. Of course, I'm gonna kill you.
We're best friends. Of course I'm gonna steal your things.
We are best friends. Of course, I'm gonna play with your laptop.
We're best friends. Of course I'm gonna buy you everything.
We are best friends. Of course, I'm gonna buy clothes for you.
You never bought me clothes.
We're best friends. We are best friends. Of course, I'm gonna pet your dog.